Hello. So I watched a Joe Bartolozzi stream replay. Basically, he was taking a few personality tests, and one that intrigued me was the Philosopher personality test. I figured I'd take this test to see what it is and what philosopher I'll get. I'll also do an MBTI test video for another time, so stay tuned. Okay, so we have the assessment here. Question 1 of 35. Generally speaking, only the highest specimens of humanity interest me. I'll slightly disagree on that, because how I see it, we're all equal, we're all Buddha nature, so there is no highest specimen of humanity. And either way, Buddhist or not Buddhist, there's no defining trait that makes humanity a high specimen or a low specimen. There's no defining traits, because it's subjective. Our base desires as human beings are coarse and vulgar. Well, we have no desires at all. From Nietzsche's point of view, or no, not from Nietzsche's, from someone who doesn't have a point in life. No, I disagree. Because base desires as humans are again subjective. Because maybe one person wants to be happy, one person wants to be sad, one person wants to make people around him happy and doesn't really care about himself. Is that really bad? Making others feel better? So I disagree. I mock people who think they are all that, so as to deflate their egos. Yeah, I must admit, I kind of do this. One, so they can shut up and sit down and humble themselves. That's the only reason, to humble themselves. I have a flair for controversy. Disagree. I want to be out of everything, please. Our minds can never comprehend reality exactly as it is. Disagree with the right understanding and training, or slightly disagree actually. I'm not Buddha, I don't really know, but it's we have the potential, the Ubermensch potential. I shock people with crass actions and words. Disagree. I don't really do much. Yeah, I say fuck shit, but I don't know. I don't scream racial slurs. I don't commit vandalism. So I'm a normal person. The wise human being avoids the allure of power and fame. Yes, agree 100%. There's no point in power. Being preoccupied with whether one is a good person or not is a sign that one is a lesser being. Oof, this is an interesting one. Slightly disagree. There's no such... Actually, no. I'll leave it here. There's no such thing as a lesser being. There is a sign that one is a good person or not, but there's no... we shouldn't belittle people. People who profess to be gravely concerned with so-called objective truth are really just professing their weakness. Agree, I guess. I don't know, honestly. Most people are unable to think for themselves. Agree. In this, how I see it, in this modern age, a lot of people are really stupid. There's no there's no poeticity, not poeticity, there's no romanticity here. It's there's been no I don't know how to explain it. It's I don't know, everything has dried up recently. The world has gone to shit. We really are in the Kali Yuga. So-called evil people are really just ignorant and in need of knowledge of the good. Agree 100%. If you think you're evil, you just need to find good. If there's evil, that means there's good, and if you are evil, that means you can be good. You can find the good, but you're not always ignorant. The highest truths about this world are not rational or analytical, but can be grasped only through a sort of mystical intuition. I sort of agree. This is kind of what Tantric Buddhism is, how I see it, but yes, you can also realize it with rational and analytical, but I'd say it's more mystical. If people challenge or confront me, I confront them back with little fear of consequences. Disagree. I am only concerned about the consequences. And plus, I'd probably just walk away. I am a creature of habit. Agree? Except I don't jerk off. Simple pleasures are the best. Sort of agree, yeah. Or, yeah. I don't know. I don't know for this one. I don't know which way is hedonism, which way is nihilism, which way is what, you know? So I'll just leave it like this. Middle way, you know? People fuss too much over their banal everyday problems. What the fuck is banal? Hold on. Блять. Banal define. So lacking in originality as to be obvious and boring. Over their banal everyday. Disagree, I guess, because everyone's different. Like, it could be affecting them in different ways. Like, slightly disagree, yeah. I'm more. I stir up controversy simply for the sake of arguments. No. Animals are better than most people. Slightly. I don't really. Nah, disagree. Slightly disagree. I don't. People are animals. I shock people by saying outrageous and I'm too kind of a boy. My mama raised me as a good boy. I'm not a degenerate. The best insight is gained by approaching a subject in a practical and orderly manner. Indexing it and mapping it out is mapping out what is currently known about it. Sort of agree, I guess. It's like you build one after that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying this is the only way, though. Most people need to be led and controlled. Disagree? Or I don't know actually much about this. Maybe. I'm more interested in things that can be measured than some pie in the sky type of thinking. I don't know this one either. Maybe agree, more on the agree side, I guess. I ask questions that others consider. Yeah, again, this. Yeah, I won't get into this. I make use of long chains and logical arguments in my thinking so as to root out. Yes, 100%. There's always a clear right and wrong course of action in every moral dilemma. I'm going to disagree. I can't think of a moral dilemma with that kind of thing, where it's like not always right and wrong. But I'm sure there is one. I just can't bring it up right now. There's much about the world that we can never know with certainty. I sort of agree, I guess. Actually, I don't know. The mind is basically like yeah. It's like kind of the whole point of Buddhism, but the mind is more like an animal, or I guess it's like a machine. Or you have to like learn to control it. So disagree actually. I just disprove myself. Beautiful language is not as important as people make it out to be. People should say what they mean as briefly and plainly as possible. Yes, slightly agree. People think I'm much harsher and more hard-headed than I really am. Disagree. Slightly disagree. Actually, I'm only hard on myself, so I don't really know. I'll put slightly disagree. A life marked by the absence of pain is better than a life marked by the presence of pleasure. I don't really... Let me think about this. What does it mean? Presence of... Yeah, honestly agree. I don't really like the hidden... No, I don't really like the... Oh, life is all about pleasure people, you know? Not specifically hedonists, like that. Materialists, basically. I don't really like them. It's like, what are you doing, you know? Beauty in this world is proof that there is a transcendent higher world. Disagree. My view of life is often misunderstood. I don't know this. I don't know a lot of people know about Buddhism, or my view specifically, because it's kind of Buddhism. Kind of, I'm still like figuring out, you know, bit of this, bit of that. I read Camus, Kafka. Well, I don't really take it to heart. It's just for curiosity. But like, I don't know, honestly. I'll leave it like this. A profound text cannot be truly good if it is not beautifully written. Disagree. The metamorphosis is like, oh, not the metamorphosis. The Stranger is like 100 pages. It's like beauty, and it's like amazing, like the ideas. But also, Thus Spake Zarathustra is 300 pages. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's beautifully written, and I think it's harder to understand it actually. I don't know. I'll put it as slightly disagree. Sexual attraction tends to lead people to. Yeah, I guess. I guess. I don't know. Okay, so. Philosopher personality test. So, results: Aristotle 70, Epicurus 70%, Kant 55%, Diogenes 25%, Plato 40%, Hume 25%, Nietzsche 35%. You were tied between multiple characters. Yeah, I guess the first time I took this, I had Epicurus at 80% and Nietzsche at 40%. I'll find the picture. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I don't really know much about Aristotle or Kant, so maybe I should find out a lot about them, or something about them. But yeah, I guess I kind of see it. Yeah, that's it basically. I might retake this another time, maybe in like half a year. But yeah.